And then I'm going to do my thing. Woo woo! I used to work with this guy named Mark, and he used to do this cool thing where he was much more limber than I am, so this could be a little bit scary. He would be like, and it would look like he was going downstairs. Did it look like I was going downstairs, or did it just look like
kind of, a little bit, maybe?
I just stuck behind the counter. Hey, everybody! Hello, Colleen. Colleen is buzzing in.
Got 48.
Woo! You guys are going to be so happy. You gals, you crafty people are going to be so happy today because Big Bertha and her friends have arrived. We're going to talk a little bit about them today. We are going to answer some questions. And I have a really fun, kind of crazy contest that is going to go up on the Facebook page on maybe today if I get it done, but maybe not until tomorrow. Okay, so what do I want to start with? I want to start by telling you, those of you who read your emails, that yesterday you got an email that said I was going to be on HSN tonight, and that is not true. Not true. There are a couple of craft hours tonight. Suzanne Gets Craftiest tonight. I think it starts at 8 o'clock Eastern time for like 3 hours. So there is a craft show going on tonight. I am not going to be on, but the bundle that was going to be on, which is Scrap Masters, which we have been out of, and you get 5 Scrap Masters, a set of Scrap Masters, and a paper handler in the HSN bundle. It's available right now on the website. I will give you the number, 773-564. So if you have been waiting for Scrap Masters, they're a little bit more expensive on HSN, but they include a paper handler. So
your lips don't match your words. Does that matter?
My lips don't match my words. Are you talking about the color of my lips? Or like my words aren't pink and flowery, but my lips? Hopefully it's going to be on when we're back on. Hello, hello. Oh, everybody. All right, send us some love on the chat stream if you can see us and you can hear us. Did you have things coming up over here before?
Yep.
Okay. Send us some love if you can see us and you can hear. There's Tisa. Woo! There she is. Hello, she's back. Back, yay. Say hi, Tis. Wave to everybody.
Hi, Tis.
You're a goofball. I love my sister. She is a goofball. She is a goofball. That was the famous Tisa of Tisa's Craft Room. Everybody. Okay, Colleen, are we back in business?
Yep, looks like it.
We are back. Okay, this is so exciting. All right, so here's the deal. Something is wrong with the Wi-Fi connection, the big Wi-Fi connection. I'm running everything off the Wi-Fi on my phone. So I'm going to watch my battery get sucked down, and we may have to jump off live early today. So just a heads up on that. So I'm going to go fast. Okay, let's do the business first. HSN, Scrapmaster, and 12 by 12 paper handler bundle available now on hsn.com. 773564 is the product number. And I think Colleen will probably throw up a link to that. Craft House on Saturday. So if you're unfamiliar with Craft House, starts at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Super fun show, totally Tiffany takeover. That is actually going to be the release of the Slide Stash and Store. But like I said, they will be available on the website Friday, maybe Saturday. If they're not available Friday, they'll be available Saturday morning. Hey, hello to Lisa Albrecht. Thanks so much for joining us today, Lisa. I'm so glad that you're here. Woo, woo. Okay, what else do we have? So Craft House Saturday. Be here, be there for the live event on Saturday. Back in stock updates. Katie, Katie's back. Katie, here she is. Look at this. Look at this. Who used to say that? Some comedian. I think it might be Kevin Hart. Look at this. Will you look at that? Look at that. Look at all of those tri-blend markers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Woo! Look at that. Amazing. So you're going to be able to load up tons of tri-blend markers in Katie. But Katie's also great for longer dies and stamps. And so the 8x5 pockets are also back in stock. Now, the 8x5 magnets may be back by Saturday. I'm going to really encourage you to do. Load your cart as we're talking. Find the things that you want and load them up. Well, I guess you can't put the 8x5 magnets in your cart today because they're not live, so it won't let you put them in the cart. But if you want the long magnets, they arrived or they are arriving at the warehouse. So the goal is to have everything back that's available on Saturday. So if you need the 8x5 magnets, the 8x5 pockets, or the Katie Buddy bag, Katie's definitely here. The pockets are definitely here as well. So if you've been waiting for Katie and waiting for pockets, boom, they're there. They're back. Okay, let's see. Vinyl roll organizer sleeves. Still don't have an update on those. These are the things that you guys asked me about. 12x12 rotating design board. Anticipated back in stock at the end of this month. Now remember, shipping is a disaster. So what we used to always be able to count on in terms of turnaround time is not the same as it used to be. But
Because of COVID.
because the shipping industry is a mess right now.
And I'm blaming it on COVID.
Well, we're over it. Okay. We're over that. All right. Okay. Oh, update on the birthday celebration. So for those of you who are on the email list, you are getting an update on the birthday specials every day, the different specials that are going on at Totally Tiffany. Those are available through Sunday, right? Everything ends on Sunday, and the specials are available the whole time. So I got a couple questions about, do I have to buy this day when I get the email? You do not. Obviously, if we run out of stock, that's a different issue. I don't think we're going to, but you're just getting an email every day telling you what the specials are, but you can wait and purchase everything on Saturday. Sunday's the last day though. So keep that in mind. You don't want to miss out on anything. Okay. That's about this. We're going to hold on that piece of information for 1 second. What do we have? We have Serena Rena, Tiffany, will the magnets be back in stock soon? If you are asking about the 5x7, the 8x5s are on their way, or should be arriving any minute. The 5x7s, I don't have an ETA on those. However, I do know that the 5x7 magnets are available at scrapbook.com. and will also be available very soon at the Stamps of Life. So both of those websites will have, well, scrapbook.com has them now, and I think Colleen has a link she can send out to that, and the Stamps of Life, Stephanie Bernard's site, will have them shortly. So if you shop with Stephanie, you want to add some to your cart there, she should have them back soon as well. Red Mark Kennels, are the Scrapmasters going to be back in stock on CC soon? I'm assuming that you're asking that because you are in the UK and not in the US. I don't know. I'm going to check on that. I have my little thing here, my little back in stock checklist here for things you guys are asking about. SMSO in UK. I don't think they're going to be back in the US. Now, I don't know if you saw on Facebook, someone put up a post. It might have been Maureen, my good buddy Maureen, that scrapbook.com is now back to carrying everything that we make. So if you're in the US, well, they ship overseas as well, but you can look at scrapbook.com as well. So just because we don't have it on our website doesn't mean that there aren't other places that do have it. Our website is stocked from a different warehouse than the US retailer sites are stocked from. So check scrapbook.com also, and you can always put your name in the email list on our website. And then you'll get a reminder when that comes up. But I will check and find out when those are going to be back, and I'll get a post up about it or let you know next Tuesday. Okay, let's see. Patty Abbott Heard, received my hang and hold system from CC on Sunday. So excited. Woo, woo. The hang and hold. Did you guys see the little thing I did? I think I did it on Instagram. I don't know if it got posted up on Facebook, but it is awesome to set up as a wrapping station, right? You can hang the big bin. If you picked up the big bin from HSN, it's deep enough to hold 2 wine bottles, but also deep enough to hold rolls of wrapping paper. So I set it up with the rolls of wrapping paper in the big bin and my scissors and my pens and my bows and everything. So I was able to use the whole table to wrap and still have, it was almost like wearing holsters, boom, 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 right? I have 2 hang and holds. It was very handy, right? Wrapping paper, bows, that type of thing, scissors, gift bags, all that. So if you did the hang and hold, think about using it during the holiday season to create a wrapping station. And the nice thing about it is, some of us like to wrap in front of the TV. Some of us wrap in our craft room. Some of us wrap at the dining room table. It's going to hook onto almost anything, right? As long as it's not too wide. So I'm excited for you as well. Serena Reno, why isn't Katie on the buy 2 get 1 free? It probably is. It might just not have the bubble, right? And if it's not, let me know. But if you go into the website and you put 3 Katies in your cart and that's all that's in there, you'll notice at the top that there's a discount for the price of 1 Katie in the little discount note. There should be. It's just that sometimes the little bubble that says 3 for 2 is something that the web people have to remember to add. It doesn't automatically pop on there, even though the discount code is set up correctly. So if it's not on there and you figured that out before Tuesday Live is over, let me know. Ooh, Colleen, if you let us know, maybe Colleen could dash off an email to Meg and say, hey, Meg, can you follow up on this? I'm pretty sure, I talked to Meg this morning, and I'm pretty sure she said that she checked it out and it was. So you'll know that just by looking at your shopping cart. So if you do that while we're on today, please let us know and we'll confirm for everybody else. Patty Abbott Heard, she ordered 2 Katie's and another Kirsten this morning. You're going to love them. You probably already do love them. That's probably why you ordered more. Hence the word another. So you probably... Sorry, I'm kind of goofy because I'm excited to talk about slide stashes and store, but I'm going to get through the other stuff first. Okay, Terry Wiegand, my good friend, Terry says, hi, Tiffany. I've been with you and your system since 2013 and it has worked well for me. However, Terry is the namesake of the Terry Buddy Bag, just so y'all know. However, in last year or so, my new loves of TSOL and card making have put my room or half room into a mess. I cannot seem to keep it under control, and it feels like it's closing in on me. I find I spend more time trying to organize or clean up than craft. Any tips for us old timers? Do I take it all out of the room and start over, or just tweak what I have? I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed. Okay, so first thing first is it's always great if you can empty your room and start again, right? Tisa's nodding. That's just what we did at her house.
And I'm a very old timer.
Yeah, she is an old timer. She's been around since day one of the scrap rack. So it's always great if you can do that. And it's easier to purge stuff out when you're doing that, because when you're putting stuff back into your space, you want the space to be workable. You want it to be attractive. You want to feel good about being in that space. And you know, the more stuff you cram in there, the less good it's going to feel to be there. So that's always the best way to go. But one of the things I think is really important to keep in mind is that as crafters, we also evolve. The things we're working on change, the things we're working with change, the materials, the style, what we're crafting about, the types of crafts we're doing. And I know no one likes the purge word, but sometimes Tisa has her tongue out. She doesn't like it at all. Sometimes the best thing to do is sort of evaluate, what am I still doing? Like, I'm loving card making. I'm loving working with the stamps of life. Those are the things I'm really into right now. And I have these other projects and other types of things. And maybe it's just time to let go of some of those things that you're not using anymore, that have served you well in the past, that may serve someone else well now. But really, especially crafting, the more we learn, the different tools, the different things, the way things evolve, there's stuff we just don't use anymore, right? And that might be materials, and it might be tools, and some of this stuff might, I think you'll be surprised, Terry. You probably already know this. I know you know this. When you start going through your markers and your ink pads and your glues, and you find out that stuff is dried up and gone, right? So that might help also. So my advice to you, Terry Wiegand, and all of you old timers, is take a look around and identify maybe a few big things that have been in your space for a long time that you're not using anymore. And then kind of go back to the basics. If you can take everything out of your room, that's, like I said, always great. But if you can't, go back to, I'm just going to organize this one little area. Or what am I working with now? Maybe what you need to do is box up a few things, write a date on them, stuff them in the closet. And if you haven't looked at them in X number of days, 6 months, whatever your timeline is, you never open them again. They just go right into the Goodwill box or the donate box or whatever. So that is my best advice. And also, Terry, thanks for sticking with me for so long. It's been great. I've met Terry at several events, at trade shows and the conventions and that kind of thing. So we appreciate having you on board, Terry. Tresha Strunk says, oh, Tammy Wheeler. Hi, Tammy. Thanks for joining me today. Got a few names popping up here. It's always so much fun to see everybody. Marshall, I love paper too. I wonder if, Marshall, your tag should be, I love paper too much. That's most of us, isn't it? Marshall, do you happen to know when the die file magnetic strips will be back in stock? I do not know, but I will ask, Marshall, and I will know next week, if not sooner. Die file mag strips. Here's my other question. Did you look on HSN for those? They've been carrying the die file regularly on HSN, and so they may have the add-on strips as well. Maybe even Colleen could pop on over to HSN while we're talking today and see if they do have the die file magnetic strips. That's that box of 60 self-adhesive magnetic strips. That would be great. And you know who else has them? Stephanie. I think she might have the box of 28, but they would work on your standard die file. You might have to trim them because they're longer. So they might be on the Stamps of Life website as well. Although she got them in, she may have sold them out. You know, Stephanie brings something in. It sells so fast on her site if you don't get on it. Sherry Glaudman, what about the 5x7 pockets? Boy, I don't know if the 5x7 pockets are available on scrapbook. I didn't look on scrapbook.com or Stephanie's site, but Colleen, maybe you could, well, you don't know on our site. I will ask about the 5x7 pockets. Okay. Anita Gaffney, question, what are holding your labels on your fables? Can't quite see. Are you talking about my slide stash and store boxes? I'm going to talk all about that in just a couple of minutes. Oh, I'm so excited about it. I just want to get everything else answered so I could do that. Lori Carpenter says, can you tell us the name of the clips used for making your own top for the cart? They're the command, you guys are going to laugh. I got those so I could show you. They're command broom hooks. And the reason you need to use those is because they get wide enough and they're rubber on the inside, so they mold around the squarish bar of the paper cart, right? So the small hooks that I showed you that are just from the regular hardware store, the C-shaped ones, those are great on the old companion craft cart with the round bars, but the square bars on the paper cart, you need the command broom hooks. And I bought them so I could test them and make sure that they worked. And then my husband found them and he said, why do you have these? And I said, oh, because when I talk about the cart, I hold up this package so people know what it is. I'm going to I'll find a picture of it online and post it. And so I'm out in the garage the other day and guess what? There's a new broom and mop ensemble hanging next to the door with those hooks. So he found them, scooped them, and took them out into the garage and used them to hang the broom and mop by the door. So I no longer have them to show you, but they are made by command. All right, sorry, it was funny. I walked in and I was like, hey, I think those are my hooks. And they were. All right, Donna Lauren says, where can I get your wonderful products in Canada? Scrapbook.com ships everywhere. So, and they're going to have, like I said, the whole line of products. Some of them aren't available right now. Again, shipping issue, but eventually they will have everything. And right now they already have a ton of stuff. Susan Farney, I see a new arrangement on the shelves. Yes. Colleen says she's checking on things for us. Very nice. We love Colleen. Okay, we have somebody new today too. I think Kiwi is training. We have a new person training, I think. Colleen will have to update us on how that's going. Okay, next questions. Tiffany, I'm interested in the album case file for my Creative Memories albums, but not sure they will fit. I measure the album. She gives me the measurements. So, my crafty friends. Woo. This is the album case file, and then there is also the 3-ring album case file, which we talked about a couple of weeks ago, and I recently put up a post about all the weird things we talked about that you could fit in there. This is a Creative Memories strap hinge album. Whoa. This is Tiffany, the early years. This was a gift my mom gave me when I was 25. She made this for me. I'll give you a quick little sneak peek. But my answer to your question, Trisha, is that this is a Creative Memories album. It is also a fatty album because there's a lot of pages in it, and it is fits in that box, no problem. This is what my mom did for me. She did 2 albums, like birth until like 25, and I got them on my 25th birthday. And so there are 2 boxes.
I wanted to see a picture of you as a little kid, but I zoomed in and you closed it.
Oh, okay. I will find a picture of me as a little kid. I'm going to find my favorite one if it's in here. Okay, so first of all, this is my sister Tisa and me. Look at that. When I was a very little kid there. Oh, look at that. Very nice. That's not my favorite. Here's a picture my mom drew of me feeding the ducks. She's an artist. She does all kinds of fun things. I have this little picture of me in a pink dress. Shocking. I know you're shocked about that. I don't know where it is, though.
Oh, there's a Halloween one.
There's a Halloween picture. Hard to see.
Some of your artwork, early artwork.
Early artwork, yes. I was so talented early on. Where's the pink picture? I think I'm past the age of pink now. Maybe my mom kept the pink one because she liked it. Anyway, this was a fabulous gift. So if you ever think that the people in your life especially your younger kids don't really care about your scrapbooking, or they're not as into it as you are. Know that when that I got these from my mom, my sister got also, and my brother also. That was her big gift to us that year, and we all love them, and they're amazing, and they fit in the album case file. So that is the creative memory strap hinge that you're asking about, and it does fit in the album case file. And if you get it and it doesn't fit, then we will take it back for free. I promise you that. You'll have to talk to Leanne about that, though. It's her job. Okay. Yes, you'll love them. They work great for that. Stacy Robertson says, waiting to get my first order of TT, got a little bit of everything. Is there a way to get a scrap rack to Canada? Yes, scrapbook.com is going to be the answer there. I've ordered a ton of pages to organize my embellishments. However, I wasn't able to get the actual rack on the TT website. You can get it at scrapbook.com. Kathy Cronin, where in the rainbow would you file colors like pool, ocean, cantaloupe, and cherry? Sounds to me like blue, orange, and red is where they're going to go. Now, it depends if pool is a swimming pool, like water, versus just a color called pool that's blue. So I'm wondering, maybe you have a paper that looks like pool water, and then that would maybe go in summer. It would maybe go in beach, depending on what. The most important thing is, where is your brain going to look for it? So if those are solid colors, then I would just file them right in red, orange, and blue where they belong. But if they're picture of cantaloupe, or print with cantaloupe on it, print with cherries and pool water, then you're going to go by whatever theme that's best for you. So things like cantaloupe and cherries would go in my home, food, and family section.
They go in my summer.
They go in my sister's summer. So that is important. And so does pool.
Yes.
So that is important, pool water. So that's the important thing. How do you think about it, and how are you going to be able to find it, right? What is that trigger for you? So that's kind of the most important thing. You need to know where it is. So whether it's food, fun, and family, or summer, whatever brain you have, that's where you want to put it. Okay. Kath Reba says, I'm wondering if you have the clip for sale to attach two scrap rack bases together. Yes, I do. And we do have it. It's a piece of fabric that has Velcro on it that wraps around. Colleen will put up a link to it. When I read the notes this morning, I sent her a link and said, can you please post these during the feed today or on Facebook as a follow-up? And I'm sure that she will do that for us. The other thing you can use, which we used on my sisters, if you're not going to take it apart, if it's just something that's going to stay together in the long term, is just a couple of zip ties work really great as well. So if you want to take it apart, like if you travel with one of your bases, then it's easy to take apart. Otherwise, you can just grab a couple zip ties and bang it together, and that works equally well. And the zip ties, if you have the long ones, they're probably actually even easier to feed through because you have all that extra length. So what do we put on yours, Tease? 2 or 3 in each. So a couple of zip ties, you'll be golden. Also, which buddy bag would hold the Creative Memories border maker and some cartridges? I'm going to defer to Terry Wiegand on that one. Terry, if you can put that up in the feed. And also, I believe Terry also put up a really great post about that. She is a Creative Memories girl, and we get asked this question all the time. And to be honest with you, I only read the first part of your question, so I wasn't prepared to answer that, or I would have looked up Terry's post on our Facebook page to verify I had the right information. It's so painful to be honest about stuff like that. But Terry knows, and I know she's going to pop on. And if she doesn't, if she's not actually watching the whole show today, Barbara Carlson, if you're here, she'll know also. And we'll make sure you get the right answer. I could guess, but I'm pretty sure she keeps them in the Leanne bag because it's big and beefy, but she has all of them, and she has done a little research. I don't have them, so I can't answer that wholly, but I'm working on it. Okay, Kate Quinton, yippee, got my birthday order today. Watched your video on the album storage case. Now I'll need to order more. Well, this is the week to do it because everything is on special. Not everything, but so many things are on special, so good timing. Bonnie Block says, what is Big Bertha, please? You have to wait, Bonnie. Okay, sorry. I'm so excited. I'm like a kid, can you tell? I just have to get through a few more questions and then we can move on. Katie Buddy bags are indeed 3 for 2 on the website. So they're all ready to go. Sarah Raymond Schrader says, that album is a treasure. So glad you have a way to protect it. It is a treasure. And there's 2 of them. I have 2 treasures. Woo. Okay. And I have 2 sons. So that's 2 more treasures. And then I have my husband, who's mostly a treasure, and my sister, who's top of the heap for treasure. Okay. Sarah Raymond Schrader says, love the handle on the album case file. So much easier to carry the album I'm working on, adding all the journaling I didn't finish. Way to go. Very good. Okay, Donna Pierce, it's hard for me to focus because I want to talk about the slide size short. I was wondering if you could design a new bag for Kiwi Lane. I am on that, Donna. I got this thing and I thought that is so crazy because I just talked to new product development about something special for Kiwi Lane. And I'll just give you a little hint about it. You know, these guys, the storage and supply cases, I'm working on a 12 by 12 version of this. And as I was putting it together, I thought to myself, this would be brilliant for Kiwi Lane because we could have all these different shapes, like a file, and you could just pull out the drawer that you wanted to work with, but it has to be bigger. And that's essentially what you're talking about here. So I am on it for you. So it's on my list. I wrote on there, my pink pen, on it. Okay. What are the dimensions of Big Bertha? Hang on, I got the information coming for you guys. Mary Price, hello from Oregon. I have been almost organized off and on since 2011. Don't give up. I've moved 3 times, changed jobs, hosted family members in my home for 5 years plus, and become a grandma. My diva den has become the drop zone for anything and everything in the household. I couldn't find a place for it. When I have become overwhelmed, I hear your voice saying, remember, your craft room didn't get in that condition in 8 or 12 weeks. So it probably won't get organized by the end of the challenge, but keep going, take baby steps, and it's okay to change your mind. This is a fluid and evolving process. Thank you for all you do, Tiffany. You are so welcome. But what a timely post, Mary, talking to our friend Terry. It's true. It is a fluid and evolving process. And of course, I said to my sister today, because my room turns into a disaster weekly, and then I have to go back and put everything away. And I said to her, for those of you who don't know this, last summer, my mom and I, in July, went to her house and gutted and helped her redo her entire craft room. And it was beautiful. It turned out beautiful. My mom did some artwork for it. It turned out really nice. Anyway, I asked her, how does your craft room look? And she said, it looks great because every time I finish a project, I put everything away and clean it up before I start again. So it still looks amazing. And my grandson was there visiting me. And I said to him, here's what we got to do, Dex. When we're done, we put everything away before we start our next thing. So the room stays like this. And he was like, okay, Grandma, I'm in. And so even Dexter, her 11-year-old grandson, got on board with keeping things organized. So yay, Tisa. The rest of us, we make a huge mess. And then we pray for our mess fairy to come in at night and clean it up. Tisa says, you're my mess fairy. Colleen Reckon, any idea when the 5x7 magnetic sheets will be back in stock? We don't have them yet, but scrapbook.com does. Scrapbook.com is going to love me today, aren't they? There's just going to be bang, bang, bang. If we're missing it, they probably have it right now. Amy Doyle Gibbons says, all my Velcro is coming off my spinders. I've had them 4 years. I haven't really used my scrap rack, but it's been sitting there for 4 years. They're not overfilled. What can I do? What you can do is email customer service at totally-tiffany.com. So customer service at totally-tiffany.com. That's Leanne. And let her know, give her your name and all your information in one fell swoop so she can make sure and take care of you what you need. And she will get right back with you and come up with a solution that works for you. I'm sure she will be able to. I'm sure she'll be able to take care of you. She's very good at that stuff. Woo, okay. Well, my phone's not dying as hard as I thought it was going to be. All right. Donna Jumanville. I always look forward to Tuesday's lives. I'm waiting for my order I placed on Tuesday with TNT so I can finish my scrap rack. Woo, woo. Glad you're here, Donna, and glad you enjoy it. I enjoy it too. Like you can probably tell today, I'm like a goofball up here though, because I'm so excited. Anne Fafard, yay! I made it live. Yay, Anne! We're glad you're. It's so much fun to come live. I mean, I know there's a lot of people who'll be watching us at the recorded version, but it is really fun to be here live and read the feed and kind of see what's going on in real time. So we're glad you're here. I have over 60 scrap rack pages filled. Oh, way to go. My actual rack is coming Monday. So excited. Congratulations. You're going to love it. Love it. Tisa, how many scrap racks do you have?
5.
Tisa has 5 scrap racks. How many could you have if you put all your spinders on?
Oh, 10, 12.
We pulled Tisa's spinders off. Her less used spinders are in rack storage, and she pulls them out now as she needs them rather than having everything out. You saw that if you watched us do her room, how that happened. Okay, Ponce Alarcon. Not sure if I sent this message before, but what buddy bag can I use for storage for A2 envelopes? Thank you. I'm going to guess it's probably Karen for A2. But if you send me, we don't use well, I don't know. I call them 5x7. I need to get better at this, and 4x6, but I bet 5x7 is the A2 size. What I would call 5x7. That's going to fit in the Karen Buddy bag. It's going to fit in the 5x7 fab file. If A2 is the smaller one, then it's going to fit in still in Karen because she's bigger, and then the 4x6 fab file. I hope that's right. I hope that's good. I'm going to look it up. A2 size. Maybe you could tell me. Someone tell me what are the actual inch dimensions of A2?
Monica works for A2.
Monica. Oh, so it's a smaller one. So it's not the big one. It's the 4x6 one. So Monica works for A2 also.
Someone uses Leanne for A2.
Someone else uses Leanne for A2, and that'll be a lot of envelopes. If you have a lot of envelopes, Leanne will be your girl because she can hold a lot of stuff. Okay, let's talk about Slide, Stash, and Store and Big Bertha. Okay, so those of you who have been putting up with me for the last 3 months while I talked about this product coming in, thank you for sticking with me and not just saying, stop talking about that. So I finally got some. I didn't get enough to do the whole house until last night. Last night I got a whole nother shipment of product samples. So all I have to talk about today are craft supply organization. So the Slide, Stash, and Store product line does not look that exciting. This is it for those of you who have not seen it, right? So these boxes, after I released the vinyl roll organizer and I started using it for everything, I thought, this is amazing. I need more sizes. It's so easy to use. It's inexpensive. It's lightweight. It's portable. I mean, it's everything that makes life simple, right? Well, what I really needed it for, the vinyl roll organizers, I started using them under the sink, like in my bathroom for hairspray and toothpaste backup and all that kind of stuff. And so this product line was born dimensionalized for craft supplies, but it also works all over your house, which I'll talk a little bit about as I go through them now. But what this does is take everything that is now falling over, bottles, jars, tubes, all that kind of stuff that you can't keep lined up, and it gives it a vertical place. Vertical, who knew? It gives it a vertical place to be stored, and they slide in and out. So you're going to slide it out, you're going to stash your stuff, and then you're going to store it back, slide, stash, and store. Big Bertha is the big girl at the end, and she was named Big Bertha, I think, the very first time that I started talking about this, because I had her loaded up with Windex, Fantastic, Comet, all those things under your kitchen sink, under your bathroom sink possibly, or wherever your cleaning supplies are, that you knock over reaching back for the Windex over the top of the Fantastic and the 409. And you could line them all up in here, slide that out, grab that bottle. Big Bertha was born. She was named Big Bertha. So that is Big Bertha. Now, my good friend Meg, who is a rock star there at Crafter's Companion, has already made the product grid. Colleen has a link to it, and she will put it up in the feed if you can do that. If not, it will just be on the Facebook page. And the product grid gives you all the names. Well, they're actually named 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it gives you that name. And then the dimensions, the width, the depth, and then of course they're lower in the front than they're in the back. So you're going to have a front dimension, that's the height here, and a back dimension, that's the height here. And it's right there on that printout. So you don't have to worry about writing anything down. You can print it off. Now, it isn't linked right now. It will be linked, but because there's no product on the website to link to, we don't have any links to add to it so that you could just click on it and go right to that product. So you can download it now, print it off, use it for reference, and then eventually download the new one that'll have all the actual links in it. So here's the thing that I'm totally excited about. I'm going to show you. Obviously, I have them all set up here. I'm excited about that, but I'm also excited because I had this goofy idea this weekend, and my girl Meg at Crafter's Companion said to me, that sounds great, let's do it. And so Bertha has a name, but the other 5 boxes do not have names. So after Tuesday Live today, it probably won't go up today. I'm waiting for photos to come back from editing, but definitely by tomorrow on our Facebook page, on the Totally Tiffany Facebook page. So if you're not a follower on that page, go on and click follow. If you don't usually do Facebook, you're going to have to get a crafty friend who does if you want to participate in this. We're going to name the rest of the boxes just for fun. I mean, obviously the packaging is already done and all that. So we have from the little one to the almost Bertha, and they all need names. So we got Big Bertha at the end. We're going to stick with Bertha there. And then all you need to do to suggest a name is I'm going to put up a post for each of the 5 boxes with kind of the dimensions and what they hold. And then you just comment what name you want or what name you think. And then we will choose winners, or we will choose the names before the Craft House show on Saturday and announce what name we're going to be using on Craft House on Saturday. And of course, if you're the one who suggested the name, and please remember that the feeds get really long. So if someone said, you know, whatever they're going to call this, Tiny Whiny, I don't know, and then you suggest 6 hours later, Tiny Whiny, without knowing that someone else already did it, they are like date and time stamped, so we'll know who had the first name on there. But read the feed, come up with a name. If you, maybe you don't want to come up with a name, but you want to like names, you can hit the like button and that'll kind of give us some feedback on who likes what or whatever. But it's just going to be fun. And then we're going to get what, if we choose your name, you will win a set of them. They come in sets of 3 on Saturday on Craft House during the Saturday show. So you don't have to watch Craft House to win, but it's more fun if you're watching and you win. And then you get to go, I won. That's more fun. We all know it's more fun. Right, Tisa?
Absolutely.
It's more fun. Okay, so let's talk about Slice, Stash, and Store, though. What are you going to do with it? So some of you have already eyeballed and noticed that I have a different setup up here than I have had in the last couple of weeks. And I also, we're testing Tisa's skills on the camera, have a different setup over here than I have had in a couple of weeks. So we are going to start with a number 1, which is 1 1/4 inches across. They're all 13.5 inches long. This one is 2 inches at the front, 3 inches at the back, and it is designed for your smaller things. So let's start pulling those out here. Now, here is a bunch of American Crafts glitter tape in number 1. I labeled this just using my label maker. I just printed it off and stuck it on there. Okay, so you can do that. The label makers, I use a Brother P-Touch, the label sticks on there. If you want to write more, you can just, now, and so these little label cards that I'm using on here, they are on the download sheet as well. It says label size, and that's the size label that I use. So if you just want to bang out several of those labels without having to measure it yourself, it's right there on the printable download sheet. So big re-inkers, skinny jars of glitter. Empty. So this is different types of thread. One of the things that these are really cool for is that if you do have long drawers, you can actually just use them in your drawers as drawer divider, right? All of them are 13.5 inches long. And then of course the different heights. So my bathroom at this house has really deep drawers. Like the second drawer down is really deep. It's almost pointlessly deep actually. So it's hard to organize things in there. So this is going to be perfect for that. And guess what? You're probably going to get to see that. Okay. Of course, glitter glues, and these are the triangle Nuvos, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're looking at 12 in there. Is that all the stuff I have loaded up in number 1? So basically all of your smaller things, your small bottles, your small jars, things like, so this glitter tape is bigger than most washi tape, bigger around than most washi tape. So it's difficult to fit in other washi tape organizers that we've got, but it fits perfectly in here. So then of course your re-inkers are going to fit in there as well. Boy, that's so, oh, there we go. There we are. I'm looking on the wrong shelf. I've got 2 shelves. That's why. These were up here as kind of, now I'm seeing the other ones. I knew there was more. Embellishment paste. American Crafts resin dye. The Hobby Lobby re-inkers in this weird little squarish size. They fit in here in number 1. The regular round Nuvos are going to pop in there as well. Now, again, the dimensions are all on the website. That's more of the same with the exception of the Moxie glitter glues. Now, the dimensions are all on the website, or all on the handout as well. So you can kind of look at the things that you're trying to organize and know which one you're going to need. So that's number 1. Number 2, so this one is loaded up with paint and the occasional bottle of Glenlivet. It's green, so it worked right in there, yellow green in the rainbow. This is a quilting clip, right? So for those of you, I'll take it off there. For those of you who quilt, it's flat on, you already know this. For those of you who don't quilt, I guess I should be saying, it's flat on one side and then it's bumped out on the edge, on the other side. You can buy them. Crafter's Companion probably sells them in their soft goods. You can buy them on Amazon. You can get them at the fabric store. And I just use them to clip the label to the outside. Now, the boxes are almost clear, so you can just slip the label inside also, and then, or tape it. But if you're, depending on how full your thing is, it's probably going to stay there. But it's fun to make a cute little label. And then I just use the clip on there as well. Now, the clips also work as kind of a little finger pull, right? So once it's on your shelf, so I'll put it back here, number 2, you can kind of grab that and pull it out. Now you do have the finger hole, so it's easy to put your finger in and pull them out, but it just gives you one little more thing to grab onto and pull out. So number 2, my big fat washi tape also. So if I put this washi tape in like a Shelly bag, I'm only going to get 2 rolls of it in a Shelly bag. It's going to take up the whole bag. I don't use it all the time. It's not something I'm, constantly grabbing for. So this was a way to put all those big rolls. These are kind of half as wide rolls right there into the number 2. And then of course your 2-ounce glitter bottles are going to fit in there as well. I put my glitter in upside down if I can, because I like to see the color. The lids are all black and white. You don't know what color the glitter is. The square glitter bottles leak though, so they had to go right side up. So the 2-ounce glitter bottles are going to go in number 2. Also great place just for adhesive. So this is number 2 as well. So things maybe that you either use all the time, maybe you want to have a specialty tray of adhesives that you're not using constantly. This could be a perfect solution for that as well. So things aren't rolling around in the bottom of your drawer, in a tote, in a bin. They're just all standing up neat and tidy and ready to go. So that's number 2. Number 3 here. So this one I have the clip down. These I have the clip up. And again, it just allows me to get my finger under there and pull that out. So of course, you already know I'm a junkie for punch boards, and I like to store them in my vinyl roll organizers. This is a little bit shorter than the VRO. So the pieces that are in there stand up a little bit higher. It's a little bit easier to get to. Of course, it's also great for our Kiwi Lane product pockets, right? So I've just added a label tab there, and then now I have access to Kiwi Lane. So you were asking me about the Kiwi Lane box and saying it was difficult to get in. If you don't want to travel with it, or you don't need to close it up, then the Kiwi Lane pockets fit perfectly in the Slide Session store. My scissors going 1, 2, 3, SSS. And then look at this, big old paints, right? This is the Totally Tiffany rainbow right here, these colors. Lime, pink, turquoise, but it fits perfectly for big paints also. So that is number 3 in the collection. So I want you to be thinking about cool names, cute names. So Big Bertha is 2 words. It doesn't have to be 2 words, but it can be. Number 4, you know you're going to see this out in the garage. So spray paint, solvents, anything like that. So you've got a little more height, a little bit more width on that. Great place for your guillotine cutter. Fits in there perfectly, the small guillotine cutter. Of course, your platforms, your cutting platforms, your smaller cutting mats, self-healing mats, those are going to fit in there. You've got 13.5 inches of space in the length, remember, for those. And then last but not least, in box number 4, I've got bigger, like Mod Podge, bigger bottles of things, Armor Etch, all that kind of stuff. This is obviously tube paint, which tips over everywhere, or it ends up piled up in a bin or something. So this allows it to stand up. My other little tip for you with some stuff like this is the manufacturer puts the name of the paint way down here on the bottom of the tube in tiny print. So I took my silver Sharpie. If you don't own silver Sharpies, get some. Because you will be amazed at how many things you can label. Oh, my sister's trying to zoom in. You'll be amazed at how many things you can label with the silver Sharpie, including your external hard drive, any of the black cords and cables that have the little box on them that you want to write. This is the computer. This is the iPad or whatever it is, my charging port for my Kindle, all those things. So the silver Sharpie, a must have. Also, when my kids went to school, they had navy blue sweaters, and you can't write with a black Sharpie inside a navy blue sweater, but you can with a silver Sharpie. That is how the silver Sharpies were born into my world. So that is number 4. Number 5 coming up. Oh, so number 5, again, is wider, taller, and so double patterns, right? So one thing people are always asking me about pattern storage. This is a great way to store and organize patterns. When you pull it off the shelf, you've got a file you can use, or shut your flap tabs if you want to label, put a label on that's maybe Halloween costumes, quilts, whatever. So you can add that extra label of extra level of labeling there if you want. And then of course you can use that front label. Now, if you want a bigger label, you can put a bigger label at the bottom, just flip it around, and then you've got more writing space if you're going to do that. And again, you can always just use your label maker as well. So number 5, one of the things my mom is always saying is, what about quilting rulers? And this works perfect for quilting rulers as well as embroidery hoops, and the little quilting rulers. These are in the Kiwi Lane pockets, but she has these little squares and this little other, I think it's an octagon, hexagon maybe, right? So these tiny ones that have a tendency to get lost, and these are expensive. You don't want to break them or lose them. So putting them into the pockets and then sliding those pockets into your slide stash and store is a great way to organize. Yes, Teresa.
Where are those? What are those pockets? You said they're in the Kiwi Lane pockets.
Oh,
what is that?
So these are, if you go on the website and you search Kiwi Lane, or you look under the brand, or maybe shop by organizer and look under Kiwi Lane, there are 5 different pocket designs that are all, so this is 3 pockets. This is a double long pocket. This is a 6x6 square pocket. So they're designed to hold the Kiwi Lane tracing templates, but they also work for a lot of other things. And as you can see, they fit into the box. So anything that you're trying to organize, could be stamps, could be dies and magnets, I mean, almost anything, and they're all going to fit into these boxes. So depending on,
I need that one right there. I'm totally in for that.
you need this for your quilting rulers.
Yep.
It's really easy. And again, it just slides in and slides out. You bring it to your workspace, you use it, and then you slide the whole thing back on your shelf. And that is the beauty of it, right? If you were going to haul out all of these quilting rulers, they would be all over your desk or all over your work table and mostly buried under your fabric with your scissors and your other things that you bury under fabric or under paper if you're a paper crafter. So this puts everything at your workplace, quick, fast, easy. Now, One of the biggest benefits to Slide Stash and Store is that it will hold the different widths of them, will hold the different sizes of buddy bags. So for me, you've watched me, I have this shelf that's perfectly dimensionalized for my buddy bags, so I can pull them right on and off the shelf. And people keep saying to me, that is great, but I use IKEA cubes. I can't store mine flat, blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that blah, blah, blah like that. But I don't have what you have. How do I get my buddy bags into easily accessible like yours are? And this is a perfect solution for that. So label the front with what buddy bags are in there or what's in them. In this case, I've got distress ink, buttons, and rulers. Now I can slide this, yes, into my IKEA cube and say, okay, I want, rulers, slide it out of the cube, pull out that one, use it, put it back, slide it back into the cube. So the different widths of them are going to accommodate different buddy bags and different quantities of buddy bags. But it is a great way to get your buddy bags vertical and fill those IKEA cubes left to right, back to front, and top to bottom. So you're going to maximize your space and your accessibility all at the same time. So this is this was not part of the design element for this, and then became like, wow, this is awesome for people who don't have shelves that they can change the heights on. So even if you were using open shelving like I have, you just saw me pull it off the shelf, and you have this big shelf space, if you just set a row of buddy bags on here, then you're going to waste all that space. Well, now you can take those buddy bags vertically and you can label them. You can group them by different types of things, right? So you might have one that's all washi tape, all Shelly bags. You have Christmas washi, Halloween washi, whatever it is, labeled on the front, easy to get to, easy to travel with if you're taking that buddy bag with you as well. Really easy to find those types of things. Okay, so that is number 5, and now we are on to Big Bertha. Bertha is our big girl. She's the one everyone loves. And what I'm going to ask my sister to do is go under the sink in the room next door and see if there's any like Windex or 409 or anything in there. I should have brought one with me. So I know a lot of you have already seen the example of cleaning products in there, but for those of you who have not. Okay. So I know the number one question is, will my Big Bertha hold my scrap masters? And the answer is absolutely. Okay, Bertha and friends. Put the Windex in there, and I think the comment is going to go in here. Oh, and yep, look at that. Okay. So I'm going to show you that in a minute. I know you can't see it. I'm very I need to just settle down. I think I feel like a kid at Christmas. I'm so excited about this product line. You don't even know. Okay. So yes, your scrap masters are going to fit in there. Yes, your paper pockets are going to fit in there. Now, a lot of times we've been putting our scrap masters into the A32, the 12 by 12 paper handler, but it will only hold 1 or 2 if they're fully loaded. You've got almost twice as much width here, so you can put almost twice as much stuff in there. Right? Again, you've got the label on the front. Now, yes, this will fit in your IKEA cube with your scrap masters in there. It's going to fit in the IKEA Calyx or the IKEA Expedit. I'm sure that's not the right way to say those things, but that's as close as we can get here in America. It will also fit your 12 by 12 Cricut cutting mat and fit in your IKEA cube. So, I think there's 2 directions this can go, not only one way. Okay, so even if you have the little thing at the top, that is still going to fit in the IKEA cube. It doesn't fit on my shelves that way because they're just a little bit shorter than the IKEA cube, but you can store your Cricut cutting mats right there in this, and it's going to fit in your cube. I'll show you what happens when I try to, I'm not going to, I will. So you can see this is just a little bit too tall. Once I get it, it's like that, but it's like a 1/4 inch too tall for this shelf, but it is going to fit in your IKEA thing. Yarn storage, another thing I get asked about all the time. Again, maximizing that space left to right, back to front, top to bottom, and still having that accessibility for color. So it's great for full skeins of yarn. Here we are. Buddy bag bonanza. So this is a Katja. I've got 2 Shelleys and two Shelleys. 1, 2. One with Memento inks. 2 Teresas. An Edna, a Katja, and a Debbie or a Terry, all in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in here. So you can see how you really could maximize out that space, put the shorter buddy bags in the front, taller buddy bags in the back, and you are going to love, love, love that accessibility. So if you're someone who needs something different than the open shelving, this is the way to do it. Perfect. Okay, what's left in my big Bertha here for crafting? The button press, tool junkies, right? The problem with tools, this is a handle for this. The problem with tools like this are that they're a weird shape, right? So the beauty of the Slide Stash and Store is that it turns this tool into something that is square and storable, and it slides in and out really easy. So I've got a buddy bag in the back with the basic tools in it, and then I've got a couple of storage and supply cases loaded with all the button backs and that type of thing right there on the shelf. What are we doing here? We're keeping things together. We use together. If I'm going to work with the button press, I can pull it off the shelf, pull off the storage and supply cases. Everything's together in one place. Pull it out, use it, and put it back, which is our goal always, right? Okay, so the next question, I know I'm going to get it. You guys are all getting the big sneak preview. I'm going to go through all of this again on Saturday, but oh shoot. Colleen, I haven't been ignoring you. Terry Tehan says, Barb Deal Patton. Where do we watch Craft House? It is on Crafter's Companion website. So if you go to the Crafter's Companion website, all the way over on the right side, there's a thing that says Crafter's TV. Click on that and it will give you the schedule and it will tell you the times for when each show is. Craft House, there are lots of shows. They do launch shows, they do cartload sale, they do new products, that would be launch, what else? But the nice thing about it is, so we do HSN, you get to learn a little bit about the product. When you watch Crafter's TV, you get a full scale demo on all of the products. So whether it's my product, Totally Tiffany, or any of the crafting products, you get to see all of them and how they're really used, and they make a whole project. And so you really get educated as well as an opportunity to purchase whatever you need to make those things as well. So it's really fun. They have some of the hosts on it. Leanne Chivers, the Hottie Scotty, is my sister's giggling, right? They're there and you can watch them actually produce things right there on Craft House. But totally.
Is that a TV show or is it a video thing that you can like?
I think all of the shows go onto YouTube, so you can watch older shows if you wanted to re-watch. And someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they all end up on YouTube. So if you knew what you wanted to watch, you could go back and watch that. It is broadcast on their YouTube channel and on the Crafter's Companion website, in a very similar way to HSN with the product descriptions and numbers and all that kind of stuff. So it makes it really easy to shop while you're watching. Okay, Craft House every Saturday, 11 a.m. Pacific. I think that's 7 p.m. in the UK, and then anywhere in between that you might be is there. But all the information and how to log on and all that stuff is right there on the Crafter's Companion website. And we will send out a couple of emails with some links and some information so people know, because I have been asked quite a bit, as obviously just right here. How do I do that? How do I watch that? It's really fun. Something you're going to love. I don't know. You might not love me exposing you to it because it could be a little bit of an addiction, but it is really fun to watch. Terry Tehan said, is there any way that the names of each bag could be printed on the bags? It would help with reordering the ones I use the most. Great presentation. It's funny because I thought about that today as I was going through these boxes. And I just wrote the number on the bottom so I would know that this was a number 3, because they're similar, very similar in sizes. And I had that same thought, like, how are people going to know they need to order more number 3s? And then, so for now, as you're taking them out, when you get them, just write the number that is on the bottom when you take it out of the package, and then you will know in the short term. And I will see about getting some kind of sticker on the Slide Station store. Now, you said bags, so maybe you were talking about buddy bags. And with the buddy bags, I have to find one that's marked. They probably all are somewhere. No, there's no sticker or label on those either, but this is off the packaging, Katja. I just cut the name off of the packaging when I opened it and then put it into the bottom of the bag. Now, I guess you could do this yourself. I know some people write with a Sharpie right on their bag as well. It could possibly rub off. I mean, that'd probably take a long time, but I just cut the name off the bag, off the packaging, throw it in the bottom of the bag. And then when I need another one of those, because you are right. If you call customer service and say, I need one of those clear bags with the black trim, they are going to say, that is awesome. We have no idea which one you need, but they will help you figure it out. Like, you'll tell them what they're going to store, and then they will lead you in that direction. But I'm working on it. It is on the list after I was putting together these today to see if we can't get it at least hot stamped into these. And it's still on my list for the buddy bags. I'm working that angle, and as I have been for a while. Okay, so what was the other question I knew people were going to ask me? Don Mayo says, my first time here, never knew about this, but just love all my Tiffany items. How much fun is this? Just found this when I brought up my computer. I'm so glad you're here, Don. I'm so glad you found us. We do have a good time on Tuesdays, and this is where you're going to get your sneak peeks and all your updates on product. And whenever there's a new class or anything like that, we always talk about it on Tuesday Live. And if you miss the live, you can watch the recorded version either on YouTube or on Facebook. Okay. What do people are going to ask? Does it fit in my lowest tote? Oh. So I know this is going to be shocking, but when I designed these, I was so obsessed with what they were going to do that I wasn't thinking lowest. So happily, they do fit though. So I have this clip on the front. That could be a problem. Let's see. They're a little bit long, right? So, no, it's not too bad. It pushes out the end a bit. Trying to find some of the lighter weight ones just for ease. So, but they do fit in
What
your
about one without a clip?
in your lowest tote. One without a clip is going to be no problemo.
You've got one right next to you. It doesn't have to have stuff in it.
Oh, look at my sister. She's such a smarty. All right. Yep. So there we go. Yes, they will fit in your lowest tote. Woo! And then next question is going to be how many fit. And then, so your lowest tote is 10 inches across. So it's going to depend, because they're all different sizes width-wise, how many you have in there. So Big Bertha is 4 inches across. So you're only going to get 2 Big Berthas and then maybe a number 3 or 4 as well. So just totally depends on which ones. You've got 10 inches to work with in your lowest tote for that. Oh, this one's heavy. All right. Now, Tisa brought me some cleaning things so you could see how these are going to work under your sink. So paper towels, this is the Kirkland brand, so they're big and bulky. You can see that it pushes out the sides of the bin, but it's still going to fit in there. And if you're using not Kirkland, they're probably a little bit smaller. But look at this, Windex, fantastic, 409. Anything that's this kind of shape is going to fit in there with no problem. And then this one is the number 5. So Ajax, Comet, that type of thing. So think about this. Under your sink now, maybe you even have a big tub, but you got to pull the whole tub out to get to it. Lining underneath of your sink with these and saying, okay, I need Comet. Okay, I need Windex. I need the soap, and I'm going to push that back in. And then when I come back, I'm going to put the soap back in. Super simple, super easy. This is probably one of the easiest, simplest solution. I can't believe it took me this long to come up with it, to be honest with you, because it is, this problem, the under the sink problem, is huge, especially, so noisy, especially for those of us who shop at the warehouse stores like Costco, because when I buy toothpaste, I get 4 tubes of toothpaste. I get 3 body washes, right? That's the nature of Costco. And they're just all stacked up, standing up underneath the sink. And when I reach in the back to get one, I knock over all the hairspray and things that are in the front. No more. So you are going to get to enjoy a tour of my bathroom, well, at least under the counter and under my kitchen sink. And my husband's garage. He has this whole shelf full of sprays and solvents and oil and all this kind of stuff. And I'll tell you one little bonus to this whole gig. These are 13.5 inches long. His shelf is 12 inches. So he is actually going to gain 1 more inch of space, because once this is loaded, it's okay that it's hanging a little bit over the shelf. It doesn't matter. So he's going to have more space and be more organized. I will tell you, my sister can attest to this. He was in here today and I said something about organizing the garage, and he said, my garage doesn't need to be organized. And I was like, it's coming, my love. It is coming your way. Okay, let's see if we have any more questions. Oh, if you're new, you don't know this, if you comment in the feed, Colleen chooses a winner from the feed, and all you have to do is comment. So you can tell us you're new here. You can tell us your favorite Totally Tiffany product. You can tell us where you're from, whatever you want to say. Just get into that feed so you can have your name chosen for a $25 Totally Tiffany gift card. You definitely want to take advantage of that. So if you haven't commented in the feed, do it now. Terry Mangles says, great news. My hang and hold organizer collection just arrived. Woo woo. That's always so much fun. I love it. I love it. Test it out with Christmas wrap. Test it out as a wrap station. You will love it. Now, did anyone, Lisa, Christine, and Shantae, are you still there? I'm saying hi to you. I missed you earlier.
From me.
From Tisa. She wants to know if you're still here, if you're still online. Pop in and say hi. Beverly Ross, where do you find all the sizes of your different products? So with the Slide Stash in store, there will be a printable, which Colleen will post up a link to, probably in the Facebook feed, and it might already be in this feed, I don't know. So you can just download it. We have one for the buddy bags already that shows all the buddy bag sizes. We are working on one for the fab files and one for the paper handlers. So eventually you'll be able to go to that page on the website, and at the very top of like the fab file page, at the end of the text, it'll say download the product grid, and that will give you all the dimensions and suggestions for what we believe fits best in that particular product. So they're coming. We are working on them. Tisa's grinning over there.
Lisa's still here.
Hi, Lisa. I'm glad you're still with us. Okay, Frank and Sharon, will Big Bertha hold a binder? No dividers. It'll probably hold a binder, but it won't hold one with dividers. I'll bet you anything, because the dividers are big. Tisa, where is that? I did a little test thing. The catalog that's in that binder on the top, right there, top, one more, that one, I think. Yeah, that doesn't, it has dividers in it. I don't think it does. Bring it over here, we'll test it out. I don't think it'll work with the dividers, because the dividers are bigger than the pages. And then, okay, so this is not. So here's a binder just with pages on it. So, no, maybe if you rotate it in, let's rotate that in. No, this binder, it's just too long. However, what we talked about last week was this guy will hold this binder with no divider. So this is the 3-ring album fab file, and this one is loaded with Christmas gift bags, but it will hold a binder with no dividers. So if you're looking for a way to store them, we also have the 12x12 binder, but this is a little bit easier because it stands up by itself. The binder will hold your binders off the rack with the dividers. No dividers will fit in this guy right here. And they will also fit in the 12 by 12 storage and supply case, paper taker. Again, no dividers. So the 12 by 12 paper taker or the album, the 3-ring album, will hold a spinder. It goes this way in here. You have to roll the spinder as well with no dividers. If you're going to keep your dividers on, you got to go with the binder. Or you can do what my sister has. She has those grid shelves, I think from Target. They're just the metal grid, you know, the kind of little rounder attachments on the corner. And you just add extra wire grid in between. And then she's got her spinders with dividers flat on the shelf like this, label on the spinder.
Tight.
And you have to zip tie the shelves together, right? And I think there's a little video maybe about that in the Tisa's craft room thing that we did in July. So look in the Facebook pages for July or search Tisa's craft room, Tisa, like Lisa with the T, Tisa's craft room, and you may see those pop up. If you don't find it, let me know and I will try to get some links out to it because it's a great way to store your spinders off your scrap rack if you need to do that. Woo! All right, my friends. So what I want from you this week before we go live with the new Slide Stash and Store, I want you to pop into Facebook. I'll try to put a reminder up on Instagram too to remind you to pop over there. And let's figure out some cool names for the other 5 members of the Slide Stash and Store collection. So Big Bertha's got a name already, but number 5, number 4, number 3, number 2, and number 1, they feel lonely and sad because they don't have a name. Maybe we could be like George Foreman and name them Tiny Bertha, Small Bertha, Medium Bertha, Large Bertha, Extra Large Bertha, and Big Bertha. What does George Foreman do when he needs to call his kids? Does he just say George and everybody shows up? I'm not sure. Maybe we could do it with Bertha. Whew. All right. I feel exhausted now. All right, my friends. Thank you so much for, winner. Oh, another thing I want to talk about. And another thing. In rare form today. I apologize for that. Get Organized Challenge, the 12-week Get Organized Challenge. I got asked some questions about that. That is being hosted on the Creative Scrapbooker magazine website. So if you search Creative Scrapbooker, you'll get to the Creative Scrapbooker magazine website. And if you scroll down, there'll be a little block with my little avatar and a chalkboard, and it says 12-week Get Organized Challenge. If you click on that, it will take you to the challenge page. And the first 6 challenges are posted there with the blog posts, with the links, with the video. So you can jump on over there and get caught up on that if you didn't know. I'm sorry. There are emails going out. So if you think that you're on the email list and you're not getting the email, please look in your junk mail and save us as a verified sender or whatever it is. But you can always just go right to their website. And I talked to Jackie Ludledge the other day, and she said they're just going to leave it there all the time. So one of the things about the Get Organized Challenge is that sometimes we need to go back and revisit different segments of the challenge to either get remotivated or, start again or kind of go through the whole thing. So it will be there forever and a day, she said. So you'll be able to get to that information, but it is all posted. I know some people are looking on our website for it. It is on the Creative Scrapbooker magazine. So just Creative Scrapbooker, I think it's .ca actually, and then scroll down and you'll find the little block. We can get some links up to it as well. But our next class is, I think, punches and punch boards we're going to be talking about next week. So if you need to get guess what you're probably going to see in that class? Woo, the new Slide Stash and Store. They also fit great in a vinyl roll organizer. As a matter of fact, I think you'll see that we added that. I'm going to double check. The vinyl roll organizer is a great complement to this as well. So it gives you one more size in there. Oh, look at Tisa. She's so on it. So that one's empty. So this is the VRO. It's taller in the back. What's the tallest one? So this is going to be tall Teresa in the back. But it fits in there nicely. The VRO is a little bit, a half inch shorter, I think. Maybe not. Oh yeah, it's a little bit, just a tad shorter, but it's going to fit in there perfectly. So literally you are going to be able to take your open shelving or your cabinets or wherever, even the smaller ones are even going to fit in the cart. So if you have the craft cart, you'll be able to use these as drawer liners in the pull-out basket drawers of the craft cart as well, because the craft cart is 15 inches. These are only 13 and a half. So you'll be able to put those in and get your drawers organized in the craft cart if you have that product also. Oh, they'll also fit on the shelf of your paper cart. So if you wanted to organize your paper cart in a different way or add something to it besides paper, have some other tools or supplies on there, it's a perfect way to do that also. My sister uses her paper cart for her rock painting cart. If you watch the Tisa's Craft Room cleanup videos, you will see that in the videos. All right, my friends. A winner. I'm supposed to be announcing the winner. I'm such a knucklehead. Okay, winner, chicken dinner, Dale Nakahara. Congratulations. Woo! You are this week's winner, Dale Nakahara. So how do you collect your prize? All you have to do, Dale, is email prizes@crafterscompanion.com. That's prizes with an S at crafterscompanion.com. Give them all your pertinent information. Do it sooner than later. They fulfill prize requests on Thursdays, and that way you might get your prize on Thursday. And so you'll be able to spend it on your new Slide Stash and Store collection on Friday or Saturday when they're live on the website. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Special thanks to Sister Teresa for being here and running the camera today. I look forward to seeing all y'all on Tuesday next week. Have a great week. Get some organizing done. Have some fun. Oh, and join me on Craft House on Saturday morning. Talk to you soon.